The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Giants at 7-4 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got room. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll start the drive with Hill, and he is going to lose yardage here. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Lance to throw it. A dump off now to Hill. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 99 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 41's coming. 41's
Lawrence. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run on the draw. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down. Here's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Lawrence. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Here's Lawrence to throw. Touchdown! KJ Hamler, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
They'll run for it with Akers.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business, we know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh, my goodness, how close was that to being negative?
Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right?
It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Throwing now is Lance. And this to a former Giant. It's Evan Ingram. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 35, Mike 35. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Lawrence will throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
45. Mike 45. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. 45, 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Now Lawrence. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here we go. 33. Yellow.
Lance now on first down. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing on first down is Lance. They set up the screen to Hill. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here on target to Hurst.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
KJ Hamler.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Strike 60.
Here's Hill again on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play, 97.
On third down, here's Hill. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Here we go with Hill. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
It's caught. Smith.
On the move past the 40.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence to throw. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
In motion goes the tight end. Lance now on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 29, Lance. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 71 yards.
yards. And the Commanders use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Lance going to try to throw for this.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Giants are right back in this football game.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for two or go for one?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the fourth quarter. Now they still trail by one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
But now he appears to be in some pain.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They begin the drive with Hill. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Gets this quickly to Ingram. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. His 10th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 12 overall. And the Commanders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Lance looking to throw.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
94 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Check 15. Check 52 blaster. Check 25. Check 25. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check. Check hot route.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete. And the Commanders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Washington,
it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother.